Hello, John.
One.
So 2023 was a very good year for you. You have now got 497 subscribers. You are three subscribers away from 500, and you've almost 1,500 videos. You went live this year. You've received donations this year. You have a thing called Sum Up for collecting subscriptions on the go if people want to subscribe to you or make donations. Um, so you've made quite a lot of progress in 2023.
That's right, Oliver. And I think I changed our the leaflets that I put up and the cards that I give people, and instead of using the knockers that I was using in in um, in Dublin, have my home address. So everything is there for people to check if they wish, and I also have my own phone number, not somebody else's phone number, my own phone number. And then since I started doing the live videos last year, I do about four, sometimes five, three and two in the morning or three in the morning, and then two in the evening. And I do one about Blessed Alexandrina, but before that I was doing other little items. And I did one about Clonard, the monastery in Clonard, which was St. Finian's, and he was the one responsible for the Island of Saints and Scholars. There was 3,000 people educated there for the priesthood from 400 and odd up to the 16th century, up to the persecution. So these are all interesting items as regards what's on in the country and what's available. So normally then I do Blessed Alexandrina, who was a marvelous saint in a small village near a Porto in Portugal. So um, and when I do my hymns, which I do after that, I do usually about three hymns or two hymns, and no three. And I usually try to put in one for the Blessed Mother, and then around Christmas, since the Advent, I've been singing Silent Night every time. And then when I finish, I have do a little talk, and I mention about donations. And I think that has helped the donations to increase, and they are increasing, and slow but sure. And when I in this new year 2024, I have um, my that I'll be able to take payment by credit card. To have a credit card, and they can, as the fellow says, flash it. In other words, if it's under €50, it can be flashed. If it's over €50, you put it in, and a receipt is forthwith. But otherwise, I write a receipt for them because it's handier that way to write a receipt rather than using all the paper, because I think an ordinary receipt with Christian TV clearly on it and a number is something that they can use and file. Whereas when they get the little printout from the machine, it often throws away because I get them and they're gone. I don't record them. But if I got a proper receipt, I could kind of file it. So that's
Yeah,
the difference.
it's very, very
And
good.
that's what we'll be doing this year. And of course, I'll be calling to a lot of places throughout the country
Very
in
good.
the next 12 months, and visiting places I visited before. But I'll be able to talk to people now and produce my machine and look for a donation, which I will. And people are generally generous when they see what it's about, because
Absolutely.
it'd be standing up the Christian TV, and our videos are all promote the Irish viewpoint and the fact that we living in an age when the Catholic Church is often denigrated and attacked. So we'll be
Yeah,
standing up for that and putting the record straight as regards our ancestors and our nuns and Christian brothers and priests that provided shelter for the ones that were homeless, and nobody was providing nothing for them. Don't forget, when we were under the British rule, over 1 million of our brothers and sisters died of starvation because when the potatoes failed, they had no money to buy on,
Yeah,
right?
it's very, very
So
sad.
these are all matters that we 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 bring up, and events that occur and events that are not conducive to the well-being of the Irish people.
I think like we cover Irish culture in a very broad sense, in the sense that we cover we cover even psychology at times. We cover politics. We cover innovation. We cover business. We cover things history that has happened in the past. We cover future innovation. We talk about the climate change, electric cars. We give our viewpoints. So we cover quite a broad area in what we talk
Yeah,
about, which is, and it's usually the relevance is to Ireland as well, which is good, you know.
it is. It is. And as regards the climate business, we think that that's an agenda. There's an agenda there, and because when it rains, it rains. When the sun shines, it shines. In this country, we've got plenty of rain today now. As I visited my late wife's grave in Kilmainham Wood, County Meath, near Kells, beyond Kells, but it's near Cavan as well. And but it was raining all the time, and the
Yeah.
wipers were going, and not alone the front wipers, but the back wipers as well. So rain, we were getting plenty of it, and
Well,
sometimes a strong wind. So I don't think anybody can control that kind of thing. To my way of thinking.
yeah. One thing is, yeah, I mean, if you look at it, there was talk there recently about Middleton, County Cork. Has been flooded quite a few times over the last 20 years, particularly, right? And I'm going to come back to that in a second. But if you go back to 1895, sure, there was a huge flood in Middleton in 1895 when there was no climate change, you know. The other thing about it is,
Yeah, well, you see, I've been doing the years from 1990, and honest to goodness, there was floods in many parts of the country, and a tornado. There was a tornado in some parts. There was supposed to be one in Leitrim there recently, and the harm was only in a certain area, and really it was only one building that was damaged, and windows out of another one because of the debris. But as regards everything else, nothing.
one,
And but it with the publicity that it received, you think there was a hell of an awful lot of damage done, but there wasn't. There was nobody injured, thanks be to God.
one,
But the thing is that there was a tornado off Donegal there one time, and the waves was over 100 meters high. Now it wasn't just out; it could be seen from Donegal out in the Irish Sea, I think, or maybe it was the Atlantic, but whatever it was, that was very big wave with this tornado. Fortunately, it didn't hit the land
yeah.
because it do a lot of harm. In America, tornadoes do a lot of damage and people are often killed.
John, I want to say to you about the farmers there for a second, okay? People are talking about climate change, okay? That's what's causing more flooding and stuff. What people are forgetting is that from around the early to mid 1980s, the European Union encouraged farmers to drain their land, right? So you have drainage
Yes.
schemes, industrial drainage schemes now on 100, 200 acre lands, right? So it does mean that when it rains, the rain more efficiently flows into the rivers and more of it, because usually it would stay on the waterlogged land. When you drain the land, the farmers drain the land, they flood the rivers, okay? And the rivers flood the towns. I mean, that's
Well, you see, this is it. So one wonders what's the agenda of the EU. There's supposed to be experts there, but experts often are clueless as regards reality. And to suggest that farmers in this country, and we had a good system, and rivers and lakes were full of fish, and people came from abroad in my time when I was younger to fish in our waters.
mhm.
And so by the EU doing what they're doing, they destroyed our tourist industry to a certain extent with their policies. So they should be held to account for it and compensate the people that's in the tourist business that must have lost a lot of money because of the fact that fishermen coming here, and they were coming quite a bit from the continent as well, because I come across them.
Yeah. Now the thing about it is, we just basically we just wanted to touch there on things that we've covered. We don't want to go too heavy into climate change, but what we
Mm,
can say is we're not anti against the government's measures as such, but it's just we'd like them to focus more on the pollution aspect, drainage and various things, stop poisoning
correct,
our
yeah,
wells
the
and
pollution,
Yeah, yeah. So other
the
stuff
plastic mountain.
we've given a very good input into the whole climate change debate there, okay, and we've been very very focused on it. But anyway, so you have the things
We have.
in the year ahead that you want to achieve. You want to do more interviews, and you want to get more subscribers. You're going doing very well on your live videos.
Well, I think I'm much more focused now, because as you're going along, you're doing what you think will gather donations, and sometimes people don't look at the leaflets that I put up all over the place, and particularly on notice boards in churches up and down the country, and including the six counties. And so it didn't seem to attract as much attention as I would have thought. So with progress now, that changed the details on the leaflets with my home address and telephone number, and so therefore, now that we have the credit card machine, I'll be able to take donations as I go hither and yon around the country, and talk to people, and then explain that they can check the videos. They're there for all to see, and what we do, and that which donations is what's wanted for the train. Have this um, Christian TV Ireland project come to fruition. If we got one or two large donations, we were on the pig's back. But I'll be doing my bit fairly strenuous in 2024, God willing.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, and the thing is, like, I think it was in 2022, you started going around. You covered the length of the breadth of the country in 2022
I
and
did.
2023, giving out your leaflets, explaining, putting them into churches, putting them into religious heritage centers, and all the different places. Um,
Talking, yeah.
that was a lot of mileage you covered.
Oh, it was, and it didn't have the result that I would have expected in some ways. Now, it did have some results, but at least I know now of what's needed, and this is the credit machine that I have, that I'll be able to take donations from people that have credit cards, or if they want to pay some other way, that can be arranged as well. So I'm more now focused on achieving something higher than what I would have expected to receive with what I've already done. It didn't have the results that I would have expected from the amount of effort that I put in, and all the leaflets in every part of the country, in churches, and God knows, even in business premises, because I called there too. But this time now I'm focused. So all the business people that I have met over the years, they'll be getting visits, and I expect to get donations. But obviously, you'll always get a person that won't. They've lost the faith, if you like, and they
Indeed,
won't be
indeed.
interested in supporting it, because Christian TV is so urgently needed to produce programs to try and get back all our lapsed brothers and sisters that are their souls in grave danger of eternal damnation. So it's not preached, but we that's the reality. That's in the catechism, and people are not hearing that message. But please God, when the Christian TV gets going, in a small way, it won't be a big thing of like the RTE or any other. It'll be simple in what it does, because that's what we are. We don't want too much complications and investigations and all this. We want to nourish the faith, because when you have that, then you have joy and peace in your life.
Absolutely. So I suppose the next thing is to wish people a happy new year, and we hope they achieve their dreams and stick to their
Yeah,
resolutions.
well, exactly, and that to have health and peace, and happiness in their life, peace and tranquility in their lives, and a bit of joy,
Bit of joy.
which is a permanent sort of a thing, rather than happiness, which can be fleeting.
Excellent stuff. Okay, thanks very much, John.
Thanks very much, Oliver.
Okay, thank you.
Happy New Year to
Happy
all.
New Year. Happy New Year. Bye bye.
Bye.